What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of J&B Tuning. Well, in today's episode, we will be working on the Honda Civic Si. For some reason, we are getting all the lights turning on like a Christmas light. So we're gonna pretty much do some troubleshooting here and see what's going on with the car. First time that I've seen the ABS, power steering, traction control, all sorts of things here, guys. Basically coming off. So we'll be doing some troubleshooting and see what the heck is going on, guys. So stay tuned. We're having a bit of an issue here this morning. As you guys can see, we're getting a Christmas light. Pretty much all the lights are on at this point. I got check engine light, I got an ABS system warning, VSA, and yeah, power steering. Pretty much the majority of the warning lights on at this point. So an issue with the SI here that we have to figure out. I'm not quite sure why. So we'll scan it and see what we can find out from here. We got the blue driver hooked up here. We got about 79% on the scan. So we'll see what we get. We got two codes here, guys. It looks like. I want to adjust the kilometer here because we now have 184, 306. That's how much we have now. So continue. So let's see what these codes are. We got one engine code, meter module, lost communications with the vehicle dynamic control VSA. It's all U0122. So it's some sort of communication here. Yeah, let's look that up. That's what we're getting, and see what sort of recommendation they have here. Lost communications with vehicle dynamic control module, pair vehicle dynamic control modules. Either we have problem with the VSA itself, replace it. They're saying replace basically here. Could be fuse, so we'll check the fuse box and see how things are going there. Yeah, so anyways, we'll keep you guys posted. Here's our VSA, guys, right there. If you guys can see, it is where is it now? Yeah, so it's this two right here. This doesn't focus here, guys, sorry, but anyways, it's this bank right in here. It's the 230s there. So I took the two bolts here ready, and with a screwdriver, and we'll pop that out and see how that looks like. It looks like it's just a clip up the top there, and see if I can yank it out. Well, our fuse looks pretty good. I'm not seeing any issue here, as you guys can see. I don't see any breakage or burns on this, unless I'm missing anything here, but as of those 230s there, should be these two in the middle here. It looks pretty good. I don't see anything abnormal there. So anyways, we'll check the VSA and see what's going on. I believe it's this guy right here. That's the module right behind there. So anyways, guys, I'll keep you posted. Well guys, I would like to test the battery here. I have a multimeter set up here. I have a battery tester which is pointed right here now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how this is. Either it will tell you that you need to replace, or it's still in good condition. So when you do this, the positive and then the negative, as you can see, we're right on the green section there. So basically that shows that our battery is pretty good there. So the battery is not a problem in this case. Well, one thing I wanted to do here as well is that I want to make sure that our ground is in good shape, that there's no corrosions or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with this guy here and just clean it up anyways. It looks pretty good, as you guys can see here. I can show you guys quickly. Fairly dirty, so I'm going to try and see if I can clean it up there. One thing that I noticed is that the ground, part of the chassis ground there, it looks like it's really corroded. So I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that up as well and see what's causing our issue there. Alright guys, the battery post is all loose now. So what we're going to do here is I have this brush and cleaner here for the battery post. So we'll try to clean this baby up here. So there's an internal brush literally here that you could use to clean up the post here. And then we got this brush to be able to clean the clamp itself, making sure it's nice and clean. That looks pretty clean now guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the battery out so I can clean the ground. There's a lot of corrosion there. I'm going to show you guys once I get the battery off how bad it is. Alright, we got our battery off now guys. It's on the floor now. Just want to show you guys exactly what's going on. As you guys see, it's so corroded here. See how badly corroded it is. So what we're going to do is we'll clean this up pretty good. And then, wow, we have some rust here going on. So I'm going to try and see if I can apply some fluid film as well right down there and see if I can salvage some of that rust. Anyways guys, let's clean it up and see how it goes. You see how bad this ground is guys. So we'll try to clean this up and see if it helps. It's badly corroded at this point. The bolt as well right here, there's some corrosions in there. Alright guys, so the battery is all cleaned up now, as you guys can see. Also the ground connection over there, it's nicely cleaned. Let's see how well you guys can see there, but yeah, everything's cleaned up pretty nicely. We'll just check it out again one more time, clear the codes and see what comes back, or if it all goes away in that case. Time to start the car up guys and see if we still get the error codes here. The lights turning on. Slightly better. We didn't see all that Christmas lights going on there, but we still do see our traction control ABS light on. So anyways, we'll probably just try to clear everything up and see if it disappears, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, I just cleared the code, so now I'm gonna try and scan it again and see what we get. Do a all system modules here. It's gonna take some time, so I'll get back to you in a minute here. Alright, scan's done guys, and it looks like we got two fault, but this time it's no longer the U0122, and it looks like it's an electronic power steering module. No, this is what's remaining, strangely enough here guys. If you look at the actual code itself here, VSA, you got a VSA, and it's looking like it's pointing to replacing my battery or replacing the VSA control unit. So yeah, we'll see. I thought my battery was okay there. I don't know if we should be changing the battery, but it is an old battery, that's for sure. So anyways, we'll continue here. Well guys, a few days later, I did clear everything out code-wise, but it seemed like our ABS or traction control light is still on, and from time to time all the lights just comes back on again, either while I'm driving or when the car is parked. So I believe we have an issue here, and now I'm almost like leaning towards the ABS control module, or the VSA control module they call it. That's really on the front there. I did call the dealer for it, and they quoted me about $1,000 for it, and it's going to be expensive here. And I called around for aftermarket, but it looks like there's no such thing. It looks like I have to go through with a used one, or possibly a rebuilt one, or most likely a brand new one through the dealer. So but I'll try to look around and see if I can get a part. Maybe that's what we need to do in this case. If that was the problem, then maybe I will do another video on that in a follow-up video. We had the Civic SI on the driveway, guys, and lifted the front. We would like to check to see that there's nothing wrong with our wheels, around the hub, and the bearings, and the whole 9 yards. So what we need to do here, guys, is just spin the wheel here freely and see if there's any sound or any kind of binding that we notice in the process. I have the car in neutral now. Sorry for the wind here, it's a little windy. Anyways, let's basically try to spin the car. Oh, sorry, spin the wheel. That doesn't sound anything wrong there at all. If there's any play, abnormal play here, just to indicate any issues on our wheels and suspension. Nothing there. I don't hear any grinding besides from our brake pads. They're a little floating on the rotor. So nothing wrong here that I can see that indicates foul play. And we'll do the other side as well, making sure that everything's okay. Now on to our passenger side here, front. It's a little tighter than the other side. Normal play there. No play on that end, so no bearing issues here, but this side seemed to be a little tighter than the other side. Maybe just because of the brake pads are a little bit more compressed on this side than the other side. So we'll lift the back up and see how well the back is doing as well. Well, we're now onto the rear, guys. As you can see, the back is lifted now. Nice and tight. Nothing abnormal there. Seems pretty good. Alright, we'll test the other side. Yeah, we have some seizing issue with our rear brake, as you guys have seen in the previous video. I'll be actually replacing this pretty soon. It does move, but not freely. But the front passenger is a lot worse than this one, so definitely will double check this as well, but I don't think there's any issue here as well. We have the Civic on the lift now, guys. I just wanted to check the wheel speed sensor, just to visually check to see if there's anything that indicates any damages or anything like that. There's the speed sensor up there. Visually, it's looking pretty okay. Wiring is about up here somewhere. Where is this? And then we got our connections over there. Looking okay as well. I don't see anything that's damaged or anything like that. Similarly on this other side, so you guys can see. Let's see if I can show you guys a little bit closer here. So not seeing anything that's indication if any damage on those wirings in the process. Obviously, this hub on this side is slightly rusted and everything. But that's pretty normal in that sense. But the chances of the speed sensors are faulty, there's a possibility there. I'll show you guys the back as well. We have it right there, guys, right at the center there. Again, the wiring, just have to follow the wirings. That wiring over there taps into our connection point right at the back there. Right there somewhere. I can visually see it from here. It's looking okay. Similar from the back here. There's our connection there and the wiring. Visually it looks okay. And there's our sensor right there. Yeah, again, just showing you the different things that could cause that issue. Our ABS control module issue there, the lights are on. I'm kind of leaning towards the idea that we might have a very faulty control module, ABS control module, and it's not going to be that cheap to replace that. So anyways, guys, stay tuned. Again, I'm going to end the video here. Hopefully you guys enjoying this video here, where just basically I'm indicating the different types of troubleshooting techniques you can do to diagnose what's causing all your lights turning on, especially the ABS control module or the traction control. So anyways, guys, stay tuned for the final resolution of this issue, and it could be again the control module that I have to replace there. So peace out.